Howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. Oh, man, there are a lot of horses down here. Do these guys not have skeletons on them? Wait, do these horses not drown? Can I just ride them? I can just... is it because of the enchantment? The, whatever thing that we have? That little glowing eyeball in the upper right makes the horses not die too? Can they breathe underwater because of that? Okay, well, I'm way off track here. I originally was going to show you guys this roller coaster I was working on, which admittedly is not perfect, but it's got, you know, scaffolding everywhere, which I think will be really disquieting and discomforting for the riders. We've got some test lava down here that they can fly into, but I'm realizing if I'm going to make a roller coaster out of scaffolding, I'm probably going to need to go get some more of that bamboo and some string. Now, luckily, they definitely sell string in the mall, and they also sell bamboo in the mall, but here's a fun fact about the bamboo that's on sale in the mall. It's actually cheaper to kind of grow your own. So what I did was I bought a few stacks of bamboo for 1 diamond, and I've started a small bamboo farm on my recreation of Greg A Vaughn's island from the Tamarat's Fate adventure. But here's the thing, before we go over there, let's just showcase the ride so far. We've got a pretty decent core concept here, where you get on this minecart thing, you flip some pages in a book, but I'm not going to go into detail about that yet. You press the button. Depending on how many pages you flipped, maybe that works, maybe you fell in the lava there. And then maybe your minecart's diverted, or maybe you end up in the lava here. The scaffold coaster you just witnessed was merely a glimpse into a wondrous future that will require much, much more scaffolding. Now, I don't know how familiar you are with the latest version of Hermitcraft, but scaffolding is actually constructed with bamboo and string. So I've gone through here and started planting a large amount of bamboo. And it is just practically raining bamboo over here now. So, hallelujah. Let's go ahead and collect all that and kind of start constructing the bamboo roller coaster prototype of our dreams. Now, of course, it's not enough to just collect one cluster of bamboo. We're probably going to need several generations of this incredibly efficient bamboo farm in motion to work before we actually have enough scaffolding to make a really intentionally frightening roller coaster. So, while I let the bamboo grow, what I figure I'll do is I'll go ahead and plant stone and sand around the island to continue the terraforming work we started about 5 or 6 episodes ago. Although, arguably, we really started terraforming this a long time before then. Really, from the first episode, we've been terraforming this island, but core concept, we're going to keep doing the work that we have started on this island while we gather the materials to do the work we started in the Ministry of Truth. There will be many works, there will be many starts, and hopefully we will open 1,000 hearts to possibilities that they would never dream of on their own. Or maybe we'll just show them that the dreams they had were completely valid, and that the, divination talents that their mother keeps telling them are real. The dream you had about this Joe Hills episode that has now come to pass is a vindication of your power. The world shudders before your might. Time skip! As we return to our wonderful Ministry of Truth, that went worse than I thought it was going to. Anyway, we're down here in the Ministry of Truth. Dang it. I've got to go get my stuff. Yeah, where was I? In the Ministry of Truth. That's right. I was going to say, I've done a ton of work up here, topside, on incorporating a new lighting system. I'm not sure I love how that looks from underneath, and we might actually do some interesting things to conceal that. I hope all of my possessions didn't fall down the memory hole here. It looks like everything generally ended up over this way. So that's good. We can put down our elytra and our trousers and all that good old stuff. You'll notice, though, we still have some, random torches here I need to break, because even though I got through lighting all this, I haven't actually... I'm pretty sure the lighting should be good enough. I didn't actually test if there were no dark spots, but I'm sure what could go wrong. Let's just pick up all these torches and hope it's fine, right? That's probably how hope works. Quickly and properly. Ooh, one problem is that some of those lamps on the end there actually just aren't getting a signal because they are directly above glass and there's no clever way I could figure out to power them that isn't like visible from the other side. So maybe we should just do something to power them from above. But I didn't bring anything to do that. So, you know what? New plan. We're just going to set some lanterns down on top of these two. And hope that that holds us over. Because I don't want to deal with a bunch of mobs actually spawning. Even though I'm not going to do the work of verifying that all these torches are properly placed. Or, oh. It looks like actually right here there needs to be another one too. Of course, my axe is in the wrong slot because I just, you know, died. So, we can just go ahead and pop this nice little redstone lamp there, put a lantern on top of it for good measure, and hey, there is a real improvement to the overall look and feel of this. Although we also need to retrieve Stress Monster's chicken here and participate in that program at some point. But anyway, we are wildly off track. We have already flown to our deaths. Yeah, I'm not sure about the red. Not sure about the red. Where was I? We flew to our deaths. We looked at some stuff down here. One thing I realized is that for our esports stage over here, where we perform electronic, Shakespeare, or random theater shows, we actually don't have enough coal blocks right now to completely fill in the roof. We've got coal floor, or actually no, we did a wool floor, and we did coal walls, and we need to do coal ceiling too, in order to really sell this, as well as add kind of some coal surroundings on either side of the stage exits so that it's not super obvious, you know, where you can see. In order to accomplish that, though, I've got, is this my fortune pick? Good. I got my fortune pick here. I'm going to fly down here. As you can see, we have this big old block of coal ore I've set out. Now, I know some of you guys came over here from Grian's videos recently and Mumbo's videos, and you might have seen Mumbo do something a little bit goofy, where sometimes he likes to have everybody answer a question, like they pause the video right before he mines a bunch of coal. So, I want everybody to, before I mine this coal and find out how many pieces of coal I get, I want you to leave a comment in the comment section saying how many U.S. senators you think that Puerto Rico has. And then I will see you on the other side of this time skip. Oh, Doc M is here. Howdy, Doc. Welcome to the present. It's a gift. It's a gift for him and for me and for you. But anyway, yeah. Go ahead and leave that answer in the comment section below. Time skip. Pencils down, everybody. I hope you have completed your YouTube comments. Doc M has. Oh, wait, no, he's back. Either way, nope, he's back. The answer is 0. No senators. I don't think it's a great system. I want to see people represented at the federal level, whether they live in a state, a district of Columbia, or an island of Puerto Rico or Guam. So hopefully we'll see increased representation in the future, and my hat is off to all the folks working very hard to make sure that happens. On an unrelated note, I got like 77 blocks of coal now, using one of these things and a bunch of these little ones. So that 77, that seems like that should be enough to go work on our stage and get that moving along. Although I can't fly there very well. So Doc M's probably in a very busy area of the server, or gone entirely. Either way, time skip. Now that we've cleared out all that coal down there and installed it in our theater, I've also made a few other modifications. Not only is the roof now massively improved, but I put in this Latin gantry or scaffold or grid, depending on which part of the world you're from, as well as some lanterns here. I'm thinking I should put some wool curtains in front, kind of obscuring the front of the gantry. But before I do that, I need to go get some wool. Now, Asuma has a new wool trap shop somewhere over by the Storage Wars. Also, I'm realizing we should probably go return some of these sponges that we had. We started off with 64, but unfortunately I lost 6 in the struggle to not have all of them get lost underwater. And so we're going to have to go find out what the penalty is for losing those. Let's see here. Is this gonna actually blow up somehow? Is this actually a trap? Also, are these color-coded somehow? No, they're not. Okay, so the chest's contents have nothing to do with what's the block underneath the chest. I kind of want to reorganize this place to fix that, but that seems rude because Asuma worked very hard on it. My name is Joe, and I removed 64 wool that were red to use to make banners for a theater. Below the Ministry of Truth, it is said, I hope you enjoy your life. Done. No, wait, don't sign it. Okay, so we'll just put that book back there. Of course, everyone knows that Asuma requires complete and utter truths to be deposited in that book before folks can remove wool. But you know what? That's not all we took. We also took these sponges that we need to return, so we're going to swing back this way, and we might learn where to place them. Where do they go? Is it beneath the mall? That's actually pretty standard, if you've ever seen this show. So, we are gonna drop toward a magma block, then we'll fly across a mall wall, down to here. Hello, Jevin, you're not in today. I'll get you 6 sponges next year. In season 8, or season 9, whatever season, with some reason that we number it next time. People keep asking me, Joe, hey, where's season 7? But I tell them, hey, next month it might just be season 11. Hey, Hermitcraft, I don't know why we are singing a holiday song, I guess seasonally. It's vaguely appropriate for whatever we're doing. Let's go take some red wool and make some things to hang. Down here. I felt bad about not being able to return all of the sponges on account of some of them getting lost at sea, so I've wandered over this way. Let me make sure I got my fortune pick out here. I've been mining all the livelong day to get some diamonds to make Jevin whole. Now, not only does Jevin have an amazing sponge shop where we will repay him for the lost sponges, but I heard he has an iBounce game, which I think should have been called IHOP for International House of the Pancake that I become when I splatter into the ground too hard. But you know what? That's why Jevin's in charge of naming things and not me. So we're going to take these diamonds and we are going to head back to the Hermitcraft minigame district in New Hermitage and give iBounce a try. Time skip. Look out, dig straight down. The competition is in town. It's like somebody took a Mjolnir's hammer and drove it straight down into the ground. Check this out, guys. This is iBounce. Now, it's a real simple game. It's actually called Let It Rip. It's not called iBounce. Also, apparently, it's not made by Jevin. It's made by Impulse. So, anyway, I'm pretty much wrong about everything. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pay a diamond, and then we're going to climb this tower, and we're going to jump down, and we're going to record how high we bounce. Now, in theory, I think that the height that we can bounce to has, like, some sort of theoretical limits to it. But maybe we can do something creative with it in order to bounce higher. So let's go ahead and get a baseline bounce from just simply jumping off the tower. And then we'll attempt some Gordian knot-like shenanigans. You know, people call me great. They don't often call me Alexander. But there's always time to change that. Let's go ahead and continue up to the top of this tower. And we made it to the top. Now let's give it a good old drop. Oh man, I'm actually really worried I'm gonna hit. Let's see, so we got to 38. That seems pretty okay. Is that actually okay? It's hard to tell. If I look at the Lectern, okay, let's see how good that is. So that's actually pretty good, okay. Okay, so we're gonna put our score down. Joe 38. Done. Place that right back there. Now, we do get a few more attempts. So that was our baseline attempt. I bet, though, that if we actually use some fireworks while we drop, we might be able to increase our maximum bounce height. I'm wondering if that's how Asuma got that score of 128. I'm not sure if that counts. Alrighty, so we are going to try and jump off and deploy the Elytra, and then use a rocket. That was a bad idea. Immediate regret. Luckily, we slept at the well-provided bed from Dig Straight Down. Yay, Dig Straight Down. So that was a 0. We got 0 points on that. 0 points. Not optimal. I wonder if I spun myself around, maybe that would help? I don't know. This is such a small landing pad. It's hard to do this well. We are back on top, and it is time to drop. Let's see this time. I don't really have a clever trick. My only clever trick really was that one. I wonder if throwing my trident will speed me up. Let's try that. Let's go ahead and give it a hop as we drop, and then we're going to throw the trident right at the point of... Yeah, okay, so that got us 3. I don't think throwing the trident helped. So, our scores so far were tied with everyone else for the best, literal death, and the number 3. It's like Sesame Street, but with more literal death. So, let's go ahead and head back on our way. We need to do some actual work on our project. Time skip. Well, what we developed over there seemed like a reasonable proof of concept. I realized I needed more space to kind of stretch out the redstone from our lectern. You know, what I want to do is I want to have the comparator feed out directly the side. And then, when we turn to a certain page in the book, right? So let's say page 1 here. At Joe Hills is... Why is there an E at the beginning of At Joe Hills? Eat Joe Hills' unnamed nightmare ride project. Objective. Earn tickets by turning pages and making noises based on the words on each page. The more pages you turn, the more tickets you earn, but the faster you press the button to start the cart ride, the more likely you are to survive. Turn the page to start the clock and press your luck. So, before I turn the page, I'm going to show you guys roughly how this works. When people turn to the 3rd page, it activates this redstone dust. And that splits into multiple forks of activity. Things start going kind of crazy from there. One of them will trigger this timer, which right now is just a bunch of repeaters. And eventually, that timer will divert this rail to your grisly death, which isn't... We actually don't want to make it be that grisly. I'm just going to put a bunch of red here to represent lava. So, basically, you get diverted into lava if this timer goes off. So, you want to turn as many pages as you can so that you can activate the redstone lines that are keyed in to these AND gates. So, when your cart goes over this pressure plate, it'll check if there's a signal from the page that corresponds to how far you needed to get points for that. So, let me just go ahead and turn this page once. I think you have to get to page 4 at least to trigger that AND gate. So, yeah, what we do is, once you hit page... No, it's page 5. Oops. If you were not very adventurous, if you didn't want to press your luck... Well, or is it page 6? Yeah, because this is not quite reaching all the way to there. Ooh. So there you go. Once you trigger that, it goes underneath here, and that powers 1/2 of this AND gate. The other half gets powered by the cart when you pass over it. We'll just put a cart here for example. And boom, that'll dispense a ticket. Now, ideally, we want it to dispense the ticket onto the track, so we'll probably do something like that. We'll probably have some sort of backstop for those tickets, and we probably won't destroy the track in the middle of the game. You know, like, there's a lot of pieces of this that, once again, proof of concept. Proof of concept. I think if I'm riding past there, I'll still pick that up. Yeah, that's fine. So, anyway, if somebody was not adventurous enough to turn that many pages, they wouldn't get a ticket. And we'll have multiple setups like this with these dispensers and multiple setups with these diverters that are based on the timer. And so, basically, you get more tickets you can trade in at the prize booth if you turn more pages, but the more pages you turn, the longer it takes, the more likely you are to be diverted into the lava and then be unable to redeem any tickets. So, let's go ahead and reset this by turning back to page 1. You'll see that's going to cause our timer here to start untiming. So that's fine. And can we actually see that underneath here? Whoops. Yeah, you can tell all these repeaters. We're probably going to replace this with a more elegant clock in the long term. This is just kind of for experimentation's sake. And then, yeah, now this is back on track. Probably shouldn't use redstone to represent the successful good ending here. Well, let's use sand. It's silicate. It's delicate. It's lovely. So we're going to set this up, and let's try and play one round of this game before the end of the episode. So we are going to turn back to here where it says turn the page to start the clock and press your luck. Moo. Oink, oink. Yes. Caw, caw. Woof, woof. Bah. Okay, that's too many. That's as far as I'm going to go. Am I going to make it? Woo, I barely made it. And if I had waited any longer, if I'd tried to do more pages, boom, that would have lit up and diverted me into the lava. So why don't we try that again with a... Let's see how many more pages we could do. Let's go. And this time we're going to press our luck a bit harder, and we probably won't make it. So, ready? Press your luck. Moo. Oink, oink. Woof, 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 woof. Bah, bah. Hi guys, DocM77 here. Hope you're doing well today. It's... Hello, y'all. Psh, 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 psh. Roar. Okay, so let's press that button. We're still going to get our ticket, but oh, it took so long to make all those noises. We pushed our luck too hard, so we ended up here in the lava pool. Boom. That is the core concept of this game. Now, obviously, it's going to take some time to execute in real life. I might do a few episodes on other subject matter while I plot out the exact way I'm going to build this in New Hermitage in the minigames district, because that's going to take... I might have to do a lot of digging and a lot of setup on that, but I think it should be fun. So we might go back and hang out at our Hermitage for an episode or two while I plot some of that off camera. You may have noticed that this episode was mid-roll ad-free. That's thanks to $100 a month Patreon sponsor BioDuck. In lieu of that mid-roll ad, I will now present a prompt for a poem that you can write and you can share with the other viewers at home in the comment section of the YouTube comment section below. This poetry prompt is an imperative, a command, if you will. Rest on your laurels. I've been thinking about this. Maybe laurel resting is self-care, but I want to see where you guys take it. How does the command to rest on your laurels, rather than describing a lazy person or a lazy successful person, why might one rest on their laurels? Why should they? Why must they? Feel free to explore this concept, and once again, share that in the YouTube comments section below. Until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring.